Aw, shit. Here we go again.
Welcome to the Sloppy Book Club podcast. I'm Jenny.
And I'm Celese. And we are now on season 2, episode 10. And this is actually going to be a special episode because it will be released on our 1 year of podcasting. So It's a special episode. We've actually made it a year.
A whole freaking year.
Hats off to us. We are 30 episodes in. Well, this will be episode 31 altogether, counting both seasons.
That's
we have
wild.
over about 900 listens so far in the 1 year. I feel like that's a pretty good accomplishment.
Who's listening to us?
I know. Hopefully it's just not our husbands just pressing play over and over and over again. Even though that would be sweet, but I'm pretty sure it's not because
that's way too much energy.
That would be too much work. But yes, so we're super proud. We're super thankful. So if you're listening, hi. And thanks for listening, I guess, and being here with
super
us.
Grateful.
And
super grateful
with our craziness. So we enjoy doing this. We have a ton of fun when we do actually do it. It's kind of crazy. It gets hectic sometimes, but it's a lot of fun because it's just the two of us just sharing our love for books and just talking about books we're reading. So follow along. So on this celebratory episode, we're going to be reviewing 2 wines like we usually do. We're actually going to be taking a quiz to find out our Valentine's book, because it is going to be Valentine's pretty soon, and we're going to be reviewing a romance and a dark romance book. Of course, you can guess it. Jenny has the dark romance.
Obviously. So I am worried about this game because I feel like it's going to be all like lovey-dovey romances, and I've never read them.
I probably never read them. Who knows?
I'll take it as a challenge, so maybe I'll pick up the book that comes up.
Hopefully it doesn't go as fast because remember we did what is it, like spooky season or
yeah. And then it like popped up and went away.
That was so hopefully it doesn't do that again. Not. Because we do this live. We don't like pre-check anything.
Nope.
We kind of just go with the flow. So we're actually going to be playing that game. But before we do that, let's review some wine. So Jenny, what do you have?
Well, I have a Barefoot Moscato. I'm pretty sure I've tried this before, but I forgot to chill my other wine that I had. So this is the one that I'm drinking.
I've never seen that one.
It's like a one? Barefoot Fruscato, and it's peach.
No, I don't think I've had that one.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be good and fruity. So
I can't complain with Barefoot.
Yeah, it's delicious.
Yeah.
This will be good in like a little sangria.
Oh, does it taste like a peach ring?
Yes, it does. It absolutely does. I don't know if I could drink a lot of it because it's really, really sweet, but it's good.
No, that's the type that you just think is juice and then you just drink it and then you're so happy for the rest of the day.
We'll see how far I get into this bottle.
Right. So I have a Prosecco, and it's called Cinzano. And it is described as a great base sparkling wine with intense floral aromas with hints of apple. So let's see. I didn't even pour it in.
Ugh. That floral aroma turns me off.
It smells like wine. I guess it smells floral. I don't know.
Good?
Good.
Nice.
It's a wine.
All right. It's a win-win today then.
I could drink this all day. I prefer maybe it mixed with something. I feel like Prosecco, always goes well with something else. I don't know. That's just me. But it's good.
I agree. Nice. Awesome. It's a win-win today then.
Yep. All right. Let's get to this game. So again, it's basically going to tell us what book we should be What?
Rewind.
Let's rewind that. It says, what book should be your date for Valentine's Day? I don't know what. I only had a sip, okay?
Cheers.
I only had a sip, and I'm already like slurring my words. But yeah, what book should be your date for Valentine's Day? So, do you have yours up?
Yep, I'm ready.
Let's go. So the first question is, which blind book date would you be most likely to go for? Hostage negotiations, solar punk and tea shop, deal with the devil in the 1700s in France, or television set and secret relationship?
I'm between two.
Okay. What are your two?
The hostage and the deal with the devil.
And I am in between deal with the devil and a television set and secret relationship.
Okay.
Let's do secret relationship for me.
Okay. I'm going to go with deal with the devil.
Okay. Choose a quote about books. A room without books is like a body without a soul. My soulmate will be books. Books are a uniquely portable magic. In the end, we'll all become stories. So many books, so little time.
So many books, so little time.
That's so true.
That's my life.
I actually like the Margaret Atwood one. In the end,
too.
We'll all become.
I mean, they're all great quotes, but
I'm gonna go with that one.
That last one called to me.
All right, pick a bookshop to visit. Ooh, Venetian bookshop, theater bookshop, green bookshop, or cathedral bookshop. So, I'm
gonna go with green.
The green.
That's freaking beautiful. Yeah, it's like it looks like it's in a garden, like a library in a garden.
And apparently, it's in Mexico.
Yes.
I'm gonna go with the Venetian bookshop because I just want to go to Italy.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with that. All right. The next one is, what's your favorite way to read a book? All in one sitting, on audiobook while walking, in the bath with a big cup of coffee, in little chunks whenever I find the time. Currently, mine will be in little chunks whenever I find the time.
Ideally, mine would be all in one sitting because I would want to get everything done at once. So I'm going to go with that one.
Yeah. Having an 8-month-old and trying to read, yeah. I'll get it when I can. Which adaptation is your favorite? The Princess Bride, Crazy Rich Asians, The Wizard of Oz, or The Lord of the Rings? Lord of the Rings.
Facts.
That
was easy.
Let's be honest. Your Valentine's Day plans include shoving my face full of chocolate.
Wow, chocolate.
Rewatching Bridgerton on Netflix, an evening in with your favorite person, reading a favorite book, work. Who's working? That's definitely.
I am.
You're working on Valentine's Day? Well, technically, I'm working on Valentine's Day too.
Yeah. It's like a Tuesday. But
it is. It's a random...
That's not what we would want. Mine would be an evening in with my favorite person.
Same.
Of course.
All right. Pick a Joe March. What's a Joe March?
I don't know.
Saoirse Ronan, 2019. Sutton Foster, musical, 2004. Maya Hawke, BBC, 2017. Winona Ryder, 1994. I don't know what that means.
I don't either, so I'm just going to pick Winona Ryder because she's the bomb diggity bomb.
Same, but I feel like that's
I have no idea what that is. They all look like they're part of a character.
Is it Little Women? Maybe it's a character.
Oh, it could be. Because Winona Ryder's not in it, is it? Is she? Also, they had years on it.
It was maybe redone. So it's like the same.
I don't know.
Character played by different people, maybe.
Maybe.
Which classic is your favorite? Frankenstein, Anna Karenina, The Three Musketeers, The Color Purple, To Kill a Mockingbird.
Frankenstein.
You know, I've never read any of these.
To Kill a Mockingbird, I've never read.
I've never read any.
I'm pretty sure we read it in school, but I don't remember it. So
I'm pretty sure my school didn't. So I'm going to go with Frankenstein.
Okay.
All right. Which first date would you say yes to? A picnic, cooking a meal together, museum, Netflix and chill, coffee?
All of them. Every single one.
I would say cooking a meal, but it would be Angel cooking and me just being in the way.
Same. I'm just going to go with Netflix and chill. Because we do that all the time.
Mm-hmm. Oh, do you? Choose a Valentine's date look. Heart dress, adore shirt, and red beret. Black.
How about wait?
What?
You pick one for me and I pick one for you.
For
what
you?
You think? Yeah, you pick mine, so I'll pick it, and then I pick yours, so then you'll pick what I told you to pick.
Okay, so for you, I'm in between a heart dress or a pink and red suit, because I think that bodysuit that lady has on will look good on you.
Oh.
It's very flashy. I think it's nothing you would ever wear, but I don't know. I think it would flatter your body really well.
The bodysuit one?
Yeah.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Okay. For you, I would go with the pink, the heart dress.
That's funny because I have a heart dress.
I think that would look good on you.
It's red. So that's funny. Your ideal read is short and too good to put down, a psychological thriller at heart, hopeful, laugh out loud, funny, full of twists and turns. Currently, I'm into laugh out loud funny. So I'm going to go with that.
I'm going to go with full of twists and turns.
Those are really good too.
Yeah.
Favorite genre: science fiction, romance, literary fiction, fantasy. What is that? Speculative fiction. I'm going to go with romance. Duh.
Fantasy.
Choose an opening line. If you ask 6 different monks the question of which godly domain robot consciousness belongs to, you'll get 7 different answers. A girl is running for her life. Oh, I'm already leaning towards that one. Yeah. The world glared at Jasmine in bright yellow letters. The word glared at Jasmine in bright yellow letters. And what is that?
Emblazoned?
Emblazoned directly beneath a picture of her own face. A bank robbery, a hostage drama, a stairwell full of police, officers on their way to storm an apartment. Yeah, a girl running for her life. What's happening? Why are we running?
I'm going to go with the third one.
All right. What is your favorite kind of ending? Ambiguous, happily ever after, open-ended, happily for now, all loose ends tightly wrapped up.
Oh, that's hard.
Well, if I'm going to go with romance, I'm going to go with happily ever after.
Yeah, I'm going to do happily for now.
Ooh. Take a hint, Danny Brown. I actually have that in my TBR.
I have The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue.
Why does that
And I do own 2 versions of that book.
Did you read it?
Have I read them? No.
Because I thought I saw that in your house.
Yep, I have 2 versions of it.
Okay, cool. But yeah, that one is actually because if I'm not mistaken, the author, her name is Tabitha. For the Danny Brown,
yes, I do remember seeing that.
It's like the 3 sisters. I read one of them already, and I really liked it. I just haven't read the other 2. Because I think it's 3 sisters, the Brown sisters. And I read one of them. And what was it? Was it last year or the summer before? I don't remember. It might have been part of season 1. One of the books that I've reviewed like a long time ago. But I really enjoyed it. It's just like so many good books. It's so hard to know. But I'm still trying.
I didn't know that one was a romance. I actually don't even know what the book is about. I don't know why I have two versions.
Is that the one with all the stars and like
Yes.
there's lines going
It's
through
black and got like gold constellations and stuff.
Yeah, the books are beautiful.
I know. So maybe that's why I bought it.
Probably. All right. Enough of me reading. I'm terrible at it. Anyway, let's get into some book reviews. So, like I said, I have a romance and Jenny has a dark romance. So let's start off with your dark romance.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to talk about Unforgivable Sins by Haun, and she's an indie author. You know, I love me some indie authors. Those are like my favorite books to read, and I've been like blowing through a bunch of them. But this one is a Peter Pan reimagining, and it's not like I know, and it's dark. It's not. It doesn't follow the Peter Pan story. It just has little elements, mostly names in the book, but that's about it. So it's like a urban paranormal fantasy, and it's, like I said, a dark romance. So check your trigger warnings. So it's about Wendy and Sin. Sin is actually the Peter Pan from this story. And Wendy, she basically grew up with like a bad upbringing. She has a tragic past. She has a mom who's on drugs. She had like a rotation of people coming in and out of her house all the time, which sort of contributes to why Wendy is the way she is in this story, which is always falling for toxic men. And then you have Sin, who is the super dark and mysterious hot man. Oh my God, I love him so much.
Don't blush.
I know. I'll relax. Okay, I'm done. So he sort of falls into that category of like toxic men that Wendy usually goes for. So it starts off with Wendy getting ready to go out in New York. She's going out to the downtown area, and she ends up at this bar called Salvation Lights. But before she goes in, she feels like this like weird pull somewhere else. And then she turns around and she sees another bar, which is called Sinful Delights. In this story, those two bars are kind of like the good versus evil, you know, like an angel devil sort of symbolism. So, of course, she ends up in Sinful Delights, like we all would, I think. Would you?
Yes, probably.
Probably. So she ends up there and she's just enjoying her time, and all of a sudden she gets hit on by this guy who she's not attracted to. So she's trying to push him away. You know, those like douchebags that keep coming back and try to hit on you, and she's pushing him away, and he gets so mad at her. He blows cigarette smoke in her face. The disrespect. Yes. Like he like purposely did it in her face. I was so mad at this part of the book. I had to put it down for a hot second because it was disrespectful. But anyway, so he did that, and all of a sudden this random stranger comes up to him and kind of attacks him and throws him out of the bar. And throughout this book, you get like these little like hints on other characters like Hook, the Croc, taking somebody to the dock area kind of thing. And nobody ever wants to go there. People are super scared. So he kind of threatens him like, oh, take him down to the dock. And he's like, no, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. So you get like little like parts in the book where you're like, I wonder what that is. Why are people so scared of it kind of thing? So then we get to Sin's chapter. This is like right in the beginning. So she goes from like Wendy to Sin. And what I really like about it is, so she gives Wendy's chapters and then Sin's point of view on the exact same scene. So she does that sometimes throughout the book. That's cool. And this one is the time where Wendy actually walked into the bar for the first time, and he saw her and he was like, what the hell? Like, he's super attracted to her, but more of like, why is she here? She can't be here. So you kind of know that there's something that connects them, but
I feel like she shouldn't be there because she's good. And this is like the bad bar kind of thing.
No.
Okay.
No, it's more secretive than that, because he's very like, he truly acts like he hates her. Like, why is she here? You shouldn't be here. Like, throughout the whole book, he's like trying to kick her out of his life pretty much. So
kind of sounds like Cell from Legendborn.
I agree. Actually, it is kind of like that. The adult version of him. Yes,
yeah.
Agreed. So he is like talking to, like thinking to himself, like, I've been in this situation before. Do I help her? Because he can see this guy like bothering her. So he's like, do I help her? Do I not? I've been in this situation. I saved someone before and I lost everything for it. So he really didn't want to like getting involved with anything. So of course, obviously he gets involved because we already read that part. Right. Cue in the fucking dark romance. The rest of the book is so fucking hot. So it's like, it's just back and forth, dark romances, back and forth between tension. One person likes the other person a little more than the other. And it's Wendy, of course, likes him more because he's not giving anything. He's just showing he doesn't like her. He doesn't want her there, but she wants him because she feels like this uncontrollable, like connection towards him as well. So her point of view, she can feel that he truly hates her and she doesn't know why, but she keeps going back because that's her like jam. She falls for these toxic men that treat her like shit. But in his point of view, you can start to see throughout this book that he's starting to kind of fall for her, but he's still like, I can't get too involved because I know where this is going to lead. So there's like this one scene where they're in a booth. They finally like start talking. They're in a booth together and he starts touching her in front of everyone. Like there's people partying or whatever and things are getting hot and heavy and he just stops. Like before she can get anywhere, he just stops and he's like, stop romanticizing me, and walks away. I was like, the embarrassment. I would have died because she's like, okay, we're in front of people, but I can deal with it. He's finally talking to me. He's finally doing things. This is what I wanted. Right. And he just like cold turkey. No, don't do this. I'm leaving.
I'm fighting somebody.
So am I. I was so mad. And I was excited too. I was like, yes. And nope, he just walks away. Finally. So this whole book is pretty much like that, the back and forth tension. They end up getting together. There are some great spicy scenes, but there's also like a bunch of traumatic moments that happen. Like you get a lot of scenes where it's Wendy's background, like how she grew up, some of the dreams that she has, and she went through a lot of shit, all the trauma with her family. And you can see how that completely makes her make her decisions throughout her life. So I don't want to keep going too much because I would ruin it, because I didn't see while reading this book where this book was going to end up. And I had no idea when the final big twist happened that that's what it was. And I'm looking back at it because I reread it. I was like, I'm so stupid. I should have figured it out. I should have fucking figured it out. But you don't really realize
into it. Like the love and that tension.
So into it.
So
the tension was here.
I feel like that's really good writing. Because when you're even though you're reading it and you're the one creating the picture in your mind and you can't see the little clues that you're reading because you're so fascinated by just the characters alone. And then when you reread it, you're like, wait, how did I not see that? That's like, in movies when there's so much foreshadowing and you're like, I didn't see that, the first time I saw the movie. Yeah. I feel like that's really good writing.
Yeah, it was amazing. I messaged the author afterwards after I reread it the second time. She was like, did you see all the clues? I was like, yes, I did. Thank you for that embarrassment. Thank you. And I like pulled this book apart because I alpha read it for her. She asked me one day, she needed somebody to alpha read it before she sent it out to the rest of her people. And I did it. And I literally did chapter by chapter. I typed up my notes. I gave her I just didn't see any of it. And I was like, of course, I'm such an idiot.
Well, when you're just thinking about one thing, it's hard to see all. So
I enjoyed it. It was great. I enjoyed every moment.
You know what book was like that for me? You know what? A lot of books get like that for me when I read them. I'm so excited to read them, and I read them like in one sitting, and then I go back and I'm like, did I even read that sentence? Like, I don't ever remember reading that. But because I'm so like into it, I'm like, I want to know how it ends. It was A Court of Silver and Flames, or Silver Flames. I've read that, I want to say like maybe 3 times, and every time I'm finding something new. And I was just like, what the fuck? That happened? I'm like, oh yeah, that did.
That's also a very thick book.
Yeah. I read that in a night. I got it at midnight. I got it at midnight on my Kindle, and I spent the entire day reading it. But then
that is wild.
Because that was the obsession in me. That was I got it. I need to read it. I need to finish it. And then that second reading was much slower. And that's when I was just like, oh, okay, that happened. Oh, I missed that part. Because I was so desperate for the ending. I needed to know what happened. And so I get that way sometimes.
Yeah. So and this book was exactly like that. That second time around, I was just like, oh, I should have known. Duh. But yeah, it was such a good, like, it was paced really well. There weren't any like dull moments. I didn't want to like speed through anything, and it was just such a good like little package of a dark romance. So
and what was the name of it again?
Unforgivable Sins, and it's Harmony Haun, and she's releasing her second book. It's not going to be a series, but it's going to be like one of those like standalones. And the next one is Beauty and the Beast. So I know, I'm super excited. But she said this one's going to be a little different.
That's my favorite. We'll see.
I know. I'm excited.
I will definitely read that one. So like, is she gonna like tackle on like Disney kind of like?
I assume so, but I don't really know.
Okay.
I hope so. Because this is her like, huh?
Is this book already released, or is it coming out?
Yeah, this one came out in January. The Beauty and the Beast, I'm not sure when it comes out, but she's in the middle of writing it right now. Yeah.
I know,
I'm excited.
I love Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's on KU too, so I'm almost positive.
Okay, I'm gonna have to add it to the list.
Add it to your list, yes.
I don't know when it will happen, but it'll happen. It'll happen one day.
It'll get there.
No, that sounds really, really good. And we know you love Peter Pan, so. I love Peter Pan. So mine is a romance, and it's called The Chemistry of Love by Sariah Wilson. And this was cringy but funny in the best kind of way for a fake romance. And I have to say, she wrote Anna. The main character is Anna Ellis. And she's just this geeky cosmetic chemist that works for a company called Minx. So, she's in charge of the formulas and, everything that goes into making certain makeups. So, we don't really know the chemistry behind makeup. You just think, oh, they just put things together. But it's like there's so many different like chemicals and things that you have to think about, like, making the colors vibrant, how it's going to glide across your lip if it's a lipstick and stuff like that. So she's really good at her job. What she's not good at is her people skills. She doesn't really know how to socialize with good-looking people. And it's so cringy the way like I never ever read a book and got secondhand embarrassment.
Oh my God. I love that though.
That's what I'm saying, but it was so good. Like I really, really enjoyed it. It was super funny. So like I said, so Anna Ellis, she's a geeky cosmetic chemist. She knows all there is to know about Lord of the Rings and Star Wars. Like she's in it. And we find out that she's in love with this guy named Craig Kimball, and he is the son of like a huge makeup mogul, and his brother is actually the CEO of Mink. So basically, you come to find out is he older? It's his older brother. His older CEO brother kind of gave him that job. He doesn't really know much about makeup or the industry, but it's more of like, this makes me money, I want to be a part of it kind of thing. And we can all see the red flags of who Craig Kimball is, but of course Anna can't. Like, she just doesn't have those social cues to like really distinguish a good person from a fuckboy, basically.
Oh my God.
That's what Craig is. So she's been in love with him for the past like 4 years. That's how long she's been working at Minx. And they've never held like a long conversation. Like, it might have been like, hey, how's your day? And that's about it. She's never had a full length conversation. But she's always been infatuated with him because when she was in college, she got a flat tire or something, and he wound up being the person who helped her. And then later down in the road, she re-met him through the company. So she's always had this huge, like, ideal, like, person, like, image
like
of
this savior. He saved me.
Yeah,
and I love him.
Yes. So she's been in love with him.
Oh God.
And she only has one friend in this book, which is Catalina, and that's her coworker. And she's like that realistic, like, real friend, like, get your fucking head out the clouds, you're stupid kind of friend. So one day, she finally, it's after New Year's, and she's like, this is good. I'm gonna, take my life into my own hands. I'm gonna tell Craig how I feel, and we're gonna fall in love. We're gonna have kids, get married, and I'm gonna start my own cosmetic brand and all these things, right? She has this huge dream that she's gonna do. So in her mind,
I was gonna say in her mind, because she's not talking to him about it.
No, she's made this all up in her mind. So one day she's talking to Craig very awkwardly, and I think he can sense she's kind of like trying to flirt with him, but she's really not flirting. So he kind of like subtly makes this comment about like, oh, it's too bad, because we work in the company, that we wouldn't be able to kind of like have a relationship, basically, because like that's the rules of the company. So he kind of like subtly says that, and in her mind, she, it's like
she spiraled.
She's like, oh my God, I can't date him if I'm working for the company. But I don't want to work for this company forever anyway. I want to start my own company. So maybe, I'll continue to save, and one day, I'll quit the job and whatever. And so he subtly makes that comment, and he's like, oh, save me a dance for our company party that's happening. I think it was later on that night or later on that week. So she's just like, yeah, of course, kind of thing. And she's like, oh my God, he likes me. He wants to have a dance with me, but we can't be together, kind of thing. Like, she's crazy. But you really
clearly, is it just her point of view? This whole story?
Only her point of view. Yeah. Okay. So it's only her point of view. But I wish it was like your book where it was dual point of views, because I'll tell you why. Okay. So she's like making up like, oh my God, what am I gonna do kind of thing. But she loves her job, but she hates her boss, basically, where their particular like unit, I guess, where her boss, he's really condescending, he's really mean, and his name is Jerry. So he's always like attacking her, and he's just like a dick. Like, he's really mean to her. So one day, she can't stand it no more. She was like, I'm going to quit. But basically, we all know she's quitting because she knows she can't be with Craig.
Yeah.
Her opportunity to quit. Idiot. So she quits her job with no plan. And she was like, oh, crap, Jerry, I'm giving you my 2 weeks. And he was like, why are you giving me your 2 weeks? You can pack up and leave now. So she had to leave that day, and she's like distraught. She's like, what am I gonna fucking do? God. So she's like, okay, and it's the night of the company's party when she quits. So in my mind, you would think, oh, I quit. I can't go to the company party anymore because I no longer go work for that.
She fucking goes.
No. She's like, I'm gonna go. But this bitch didn't even plan for it. She didn't have a dress. She has no dress clothes, no nothing. You know what she has? She has a Lord of the Rings costume dress.
Oh my God.
You know what she does? Do you know what she does? She goes to the company. She goes to the company party in the Lord of the Rings dress.
Is she for real? I love how dumb she is. I love it. I love it.
So at this party, she's there, and it's what was it? Black tie affair. So that's fancy. And here she is. She's in Arwen's dress. If you know from Lord of the Rings, that flowy dress. Well, she
was close.
Close enough, I guess. So she's at the party. She's really nervous. So, champagne is flowing. She was like, oh, let me get my liquid courage. So she's drinking. And Craig shows up and he goes up onto the stage and he says, oh, if I could get everyone's attention, this is probably the only time where I'm going to have all my family and her family with us today. But we just wanted to announce our engagement. So now he's engaged.
Yikes.
So Anna fucking takes the bottle. She tells one of the waitresses, I need this bottle. And the waitress is like, do you, boo, kind of thing. And she takes the bottle and she goes to the bathroom, drinks the bottle, and is crying in the bathroom, drunk. In walks in a man, and he's like, are you okay? And she's just like, what are you doing in here? He was like, this is the men's bathroom. So she's drunk, crying in the men's bathroom. And he was like, I thought the urinals would give it away, but I guess not, kind of
embarrassing.
Super embarrassing. So it winds up being Marco, and Marco is the CEO of the company, and he's Craig's half brother. And so she's drunk. She basically tells him everything. She's like, I'm in love with Craig, but now he's engaged and I quit, my job or whatever. And, I really wanted to be with him, but now he's getting married. And Marco was like, oh yeah, he's engaged to my ex-girlfriend. Yeah.
All right.
So he's like, okay, I have an idea of how to help you, kind of thing, but obviously she's drunk, so he can't really tell her what it is. So he winds up taking her home because she's so drunk. She doesn't even realize how she got home. And Marco shows up the next day to her house, and her house is a fucking mess, mind you. Like, she is chaotic.
What is wrong with her?
She is chaotic. She lives with her grandparents because her parents passed away in a tragic car accident. So she's been living with her grandparents, and they're both very academic. I think her grandmother does something with earth science, something with soil and stuff like that, agricultural kind of things. And then her grandfather he rehabilitates birds. So they have so many birds in their house, and the birds have funny pop culture names. So it's what is it? Feathers Witherspoon or something like that, funny names like that, because they're geeky. They're a geeky family.
It's kind of cute.
So she lives with them, and Marco shows up, and her house is a mess, and she has a face mask on because Catalina, her friend, she was like, before she left the company, she was like, hey, here are some products. Can you just test them out for me, kind of thing? And she was like, yeah. So, you know, she's having her woe is me kind of day. You know, she's in her sweat. She's like, oh my God, I had like a crazy night. I can't believe I cried to the CEO about Craig or whatever. She tells her friend about it. And she's just like, oh, you know, well, now you just got to get a job. You know, don't worry about it. Just get a job. So she's like, okay, I'm just going to chill today. Blah, blah, blah. She has her face mask on. Fucking Marco shows up. And he's like, are you okay again? In a face mask. She's in her pajamas. She got like Cheetos all over her. And he was like, oh, you know, I have a proposition for you. Can you meet me for lunch? And she's like, well, I can't have a conversation with you with this face mask on. I'm going to go wash it off. Bitch, it wasn't a face mask. It was self-tanner.
Oh my God.
And she's just like, you know what? I am who I am. So he's seeing her at her worst. Her absolute worst. She even describes it as looking like a Oompa Loompa. When I tell you, I fucking laughed so hard. I'm like, this is chaotic. So anyway, his proposition is for them to fake date because Craig is very competitive with his brother, and he knows that the woman he's engaged with is for money. Like, she's a gold digger. When they were dating, the reason why he broke up with her was because she made a mistake of sending an email that was from her lawyer, basically planning out, like, if they were ever to get married, what to ask for. Like, don't ask for a prenup, you know, try and get like 50% of the shares of the company, just like go to your vibes.
Yeah.
So he ended things. But Craig, being Craig and always in competition with his brother, he was like, oh, I'm going to take her and I'm going to, you know, be with her kind of thing to show him up, basically. But Marco was like, that bitch crazy and she just wants you for your money. So in order to save the company, because if, you know, she marries into the company, her family is actually part of one of their competitors makeup brand. So he knows that if they get married, they're going to want to join the two companies together, and they're almost bankrupt. And he's like, I'm not going to lose money because you wanted to be with her. Like, no.
Yeah.
So, like, break up that relationship kind of. So he knows if he dates Anna, he's going to be like, why are you interested in her? What's so good about her? And he's going to, you know, break that engagement.
Okay.
So he's like, let's fake date. Let's pretend, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, what are those words? Don't fall in love with me. And guess what happens?
Of course.
They both fall in love with each other.
Oh, that's cute.
Her friend Catalina the whole time is like, bitch, you know you're in love with him. Just tell him. Like, she's that real friend.
Yeah.
So it's so funny. Marco is like a fucking sweetheart. He knows how chaotic Anna is, and he knows all her quirks, and he's very thoughtful. So like one day she had mentioned like to keep calm or to think she chews gum. So now he always carries gum for her, and whenever he notices like she's being out there, he'll give her gum.
That's cute.
Like, calm down.
That's real cute.
So he'll do like little things like that for her. And of course, you know, with any fake dating, there's like that miscommunication where he thinks the plan is working and that she's going to go to Craig, but that's really not happening. She actually is, you know, her eyes is opening up to the fact that Craig is a tool and that she is interested in Marco. And like they do all these like fake dating, you know, go on dates. Oh, we need to be closer together, so let's pretend to kiss. And like to see how that works.
Yes,
so, like,
let's pretend.
Yeah. So like, the first time we kiss in front of people or people want us to kiss in front of each other, it's not awkward and it doesn't look like the first time. But of course that leads to like heavy like kissing and touching, but it never gets farther than that. It's very closed door, basic dry humping kind of thing. There's no big fight, but it's cute. It's such a cute book. I really enjoyed it. It was funny. Again, it's called The Chemistry of Love by Sariah Wilson. And I absolutely adored the book. It was
it sounds really cute, actually.
She's so chaotic though. Like I was so embarrassed. I would read it. I'm like, no, she's not. No, like that face mask thing. Oh my God. She went out in public like that.
Hey, at least she's confident. She may be nervous and quirky, but she is who she is. She right? Is.
And it's funny that you say that because there was a part where she's apologizing to him for like her quirks and like what she likes. And he was like what you like and be confident in that kind of thing. He kind of tells her. And I'm like,
that's cute.
It's so sweet.
That is really sweet.
Like basically, like what you like and, don't be sorry about it kind of thing. And I'm like, I love Marco. So good. And I'm so happy they're together.
That's cute.
It was just really, really cute and amazing. So if you're looking for a romance, that's a really good romance. It's really cute. There is some secondhand embarrassment, some cringy moments, but I enjoyed it. I know a lot of people probably won't, but I thought it was really, really cute. Like a Hallmark movie.
That's cute. I like it. Mm-hmm. Awesome.
Well, that's all I got.
Yeah. That was good. Nice. That was 2 good romances from different spectrums.
Very different spectrums. Yeah. You want to get dark and spicy? Go for
Unforgivable Sins.
If you want some cute Oompa Loompas, go for my usual little romance. And like I said, it's not like spice heavy, smut heavy. It's very like little kisses, a little hot. Like I said, a little dry humping kind of thing, but that's about it.
Dry humping.
It's very teenage. Very teenage. Oh my God. Because she doesn't know what she's doing. That would have been awkward. Awesome. I'm so happy that there was no like sex scenes because I honestly think it would have been too awkward.
Yeah, it would have been off-brand from her character.
Yes, very off-brand. So it was just enough. It was just enough to make it cute. Yeah. And enjoyable.
Nice. Good. That was a good 1-year episode.
I know. I can't believe it that we made it a year.
I know.
Doing this.
We hung in there. Good. We did it.
We did pretty good. Yeah. I'm just hoping for more success for us and for, people to continue to follow us and listen to us. So it's been a lot of fun.
It has been. Yes. Well, thank you for joining us.
And follow us on Instagram. Continue to listen to us on all streaming services. And have a good week, I guess.
Bye. Bye.